Hello everyone, this is Sandra Solomon here. As I said, today I'm gonna be for 1 hour taking any question about Islam. Many people ask me to answer some questions, so if you have any question, please feel free to ask it right now, so we can go ahead and start with any question, anything that you don't understand about Islam and you need more explanation on it. Feel free to ask. Today I'm not gonna talk about like a particular subject. Now it's just a question and answer, but I would like to talk a little bit about some imams or some Muslims who's hi from Brazil. Hi. Hi Brazil, how are you? Anna? Okay, so there is something that I will talk about it more in the future. Tomorrow actually I'm going in the morning to an event. It has 3 Muslims, one of them Tariq Fatah, and the host of the event Kevin J. Johnson from Freedom Reports. So we'll see what's gonna happen there. I'll be live as well tomorrow morning. I sometimes, even though I'm ex-Muslim, it just it brings more confusion when we see all these imams or all these Muslim activists who's standing against Sharia law or standing against M103. And Tariq Fatah, he is one of the speakers. He's gonna be tomorrow. So this is very important to see and look at what these people are talking. Hi Sweden. So if you have any question about Islam, please ask the question now. Hi Tennessee. Feel the whole world in my home. So if you have any question, please, if you have any question, feel free to ask. This video, it's made for you. If you have any question about Islam, please go ahead now and type your question so we can have a little bit of conversation here to if you have something that you don't understand about Islam. Thank you so much, Scott. We all heroes, and we all everyone who stand for the justice and stand for peace, I will consider them heroes too. We all do. We need to stand for this country, for the world as well. So one thing I was talking about the imams or the Muslims who speak against Sharia law or speak against M103. So we need to look closer to these people. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. I love you too. If you have any question, please ask your question now. I'm gonna be live for good 1 hour. I'm gonna be with you for 1 hour. We are Muslims and I will fight for peace. Okay, Muhammad, if you are a Muslim and you want to fight for peace, let me ask you a question, or if you have any question about why I am talking or exposing Islam for what it is, because Islam has nothing to do with peace. So maybe you fight for peace, but Islam as ideology has nothing to do with peace. Maybe you as a person, yes, you are a peaceful person, has nothing to do, you don't speak for 1.5 billion Muslim. You don't speak for ISIS, you don't speak for Hamas, you don't speak for Boko Haram. So, what is that? Why don't hood Muslims speak out against radicals? So that's another, this is very important. That some Muslims, they don't even know what Islam really all about. They don't read the Quran. Whatever the imams tell them to do, they will do it. Many people, they don't understand the Quran in the mother language, the Arabic, like Pakistani Muslims, Persian Muslims, which is the Iranians, all these Muslims, European one, who do not understand Islam. So they just follow what imams telling them. Many Muslims, they don't read for themselves. Let me go back. There's a question here. How many murders from Islamists does the West need before we ban it off? Well, the fact that we don't need no one to be killed, but we have, that's, the more we talk about Islam, the more knowledge we have about Islam, the more people know about Islam, the more people realize the core of the teaching of the Quran and Muhammad. They will realize and they will leave jihad. They don't want to be killing anyone after all. Muhammad is a refugee in Sweden. He is really fighting for peace. Well, again, there's some Muslims are you know, peaceful people. Like me, I was Muslim, okay, but I wasn't adapting the ideology of killing and hate. So slowly I had to leave Islam, because I cannot be a peaceful Muslim and be a Muslim. I cannot say I'm a peaceful person because I'm a Muslim. No. These peaceful people, because they are peaceful people, not because they are peaceful Muslims. So the peaceful Muslim, just because they are peaceful people, not because Islam teaching them to be peaceful, has nothing to do. Which is normal. Not many Muslims practice Islam 100%. If any Muslim decide that he wants or she wants to practice Islam 100%, then they have to be a jihadist, because jihad, it's a must, it's not an option. It's not Muslim killing people. I don't care about imams, just myself and myself. Here you go, Muhammad, because that's, you said it. It's yourself and yourself. You don't speak for 1.5 billion Muslim. Actually, no Muslim can speak for 1.5 billion Muslim, because technically no one knows who's the true Muslim at the end of the day. From my perspective, ISIS and Hamas and Boko Haram, these are the true Muslims. These are the true Muslims. How can we help you, Sandra, with this fight? So many things. Share the videos. Talk about it to your friends, to your neighbor, to your everyone that you know. Share it and share the word. And very soon I'm gonna have my website done up, and there's many ways that I'm gonna also have a book. So there's so many ways as well that you can help, and encourage people to come out physically to the rally, to the protest that we do across Canada. We have now the civil political revolution going every first week of every month, every Saturday of the first week of every month. And we have lots of rallies coming. We're gonna do also the media. We're gonna do the public shame for the mosques. We will do as well the MPs offices, especially the one who vote for M103. That's my encouragement for everyone, to expose the MPs who voted for M103. Expose them, put their pictures, put their emails, put their office's address, and go and protest them at their door. Make sure they're gonna lose their job. Do you think we will wait till 2019 for a new PM of Canada to remove M103? By then, M103 will be a law. If we don't really stand against it very strongly. Thank you so much, Christian Syrians. Thank you so much. God bless you. So what I'm doing now is I'm on mission. My mission is Okay, just one second. I need to scroll down here. The question is coming and I cannot see it. Okay. Okay, just one second. What do you think about what's happened in where? Just one second. Oh my God, what did I press? Okay, I'm pressing the wrong. Just one second here. The questions are flooding and I need to go back. Okay, I cannot see it, all of it now. So one question at a time. Just, oh, Jesus. One question at a time. What I think about what's going on in Syria. I did 3 videos, the one yesterday and the day before and the day before it. In 3 days in roll, I explain everything about what's going on in Syria. The war in Syria now, it's gonna be eternal. It's not gonna stop. That's the truth. It's not gonna stop as long as these Muslims, the jihadists, adopting the ideology that come from Muhammad, the founder of Islam. Supposedly this is a prophecy for end of the time, which is the Dabiq battle. I encourage people, go Google it, go read more about it. Dabiq battle, Al-Mahdi battle, and Al-Dajjal battle. 3 kind of battles. You need to look into it before you talk about Syria. Go back to Muhammad. Everything started, that's why I always take it back to Muhammad, the founder of Islam. Supposedly he was prophesying about end of the time and telling people that there's a battle. It's gonna happen in Damascus, in Al-Sham. Al-Sham, it's the ancient word, the ancient name for Syria right now. So these jihadists, these Muslims who's going to the war there and joining these groups, they actually believe in it. It's a self-fulfillment prophecy. Again, it's a self-fulfillment prophecy for them to prove that Muhammad is a prophet. That's all about it. It's all about Muhammad. That's why I always bring back the root of the problem. If you have a problem, fix it from the root. Okay? Fix it from the root. If we're not gonna fix it from the root, it's not gonna finish. The problem is gonna be never solved. So we need to. It's a very ideological war. Let me scroll here. I know about Sunni and Shia, but how does Shiite is Alawiti fight into this pictures? Also, the Alawiyin, they don't want to be associated with the Sunnis. They hate each other. I grow up as a Sunni. I was taught that I have to hate the Shia. The Shia are infidel, kafir. And same, Alawi to the Sunni are infidel, kafir. And to the Shia, almost the same. So it's mixed up. And we have so many sectors, because Islam has so many sectors and has so many firqa, group, I would say, group of people. And supposedly Muhammad, he said, my ummah, the nation, the Islamic nation, it will be divided to 71 firqa or 72 firqa. And one of them, Al-Najiyah. Al-Najiyah mean one of these groups, it will be going to heaven. So here you go. We have another problem within Islam. Within Islam itself, that we have division between Muslims themselves, and they want to kill each other. The Sunni killing the Shia killing the Sunni killing the Alawi they don't like the Sunni, I don't know, so many groups, and so many and also tribal. It's a tribal thing as well. A view on radical Islam in Canada. Well, we got so many problem here in Canada as well. The radicalism, many people, born, raised Canadian are also joined ISIS. They left Canada and they joined ISIS. Okay, so the radical in Canada, yes, we have radicals in Canada. Actually, it's increasing, and I'm assuming it's gonna also increase as well. It's not gonna be decreased. The fact that we have so many illegal refugees are coming, and also jihadi Justin Trudeau opening the door for many refugees invasions to come without check. We don't know, and again, it's so hard to know like exactly what's going on. Canada, it's a big, huge country, and as an ex-Muslim, and I'm sorry, that's my view. This is my view. Each and every mosque, it's a jihadi campaign itself. The mosque itself, it's a jihadi campaign, because each and every mosque teach hate. When they recite the Quran itself, it's a hate literature. When they read the Quran itself, it promotes hate toward the infidel, al-kuffar, al-kafirs, the infidels. So, and also the mosques at the time of Muhammad, again, take it back to the time of Muhammad. The mosque itself, it was not built for spiritual purposes. Remember, Muhammad, when he got connected with Al-Sa'aliq, the group of gang and bandits and thugs, he was collecting these people to decide what's next battle, what's next ghazwa. And actually, supposedly the call for the prayer, Muhammad at a certain time, he said, "Umirtu an uharriqa ala nas buyutahum." Like Muhammad, he was telling people, you need to come to the mosque, because he wasn't trusting anyone. Like, there's no trust. He doesn't trust them, because he knows he's a bandit, he's thug, it's a gang group. It's all about conquering and killing and all that. So he did not trust the follower. He did not trust the early people, because many people start to leave him, or they don't want to go for jihad or whatever. So he ordered people to come to the mosque, and he said, if you're not going to come to the mosque, we will come after you and burn your house. That's Muhammad. He was warning the Muslims at the time when he's starting and establishing the Islamic State. He ordered them to come to the mosque, and if they're not going to come to the mosque, he warned them that he's going to go and burn their houses. That's Muhammad. So the mosque itself, it was built for the purpose of gathering of the gangs and the group, and to decide and to get together, like an action meeting. Let's call it action meeting. So if you notice the Friday prayer, the Friday, they call it khutbah, the one they're going to bring it to the school. What they say in the khutbah, most of the khutbah, I listened to the khutbah many years, since when I was in Saudi Arabia. 99.9% of the khutbah, it's a hate, preaching hate. We need to kill the infidels. We need to come after the Christians and the Jews. Allah purify the Aqsa Mosque. We need to whatever. The Muslims are our brothers and sisters. We have to fight for the Islam and all that stuff. So basically, to me, as an ex-Muslim, each and every mosque, it's a jihadi campaign. Each and every mosque, it's a jihadi campaign. So we don't know who's the more radical than other. It's just a matter of time. We don't know which mosque actually financially and physically helping these jihadists, because most of the mosques here, like, you know, they are funded from Saudi Arabia. They are funded from Islamic countries, and they help each other financially, and they help each other. Do you think the government used a chemical weapon for ISIS? This one, I'm sorry, I cannot answer it, because what's going on in Syria, it's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. People going after each other. It's all mixed up. It's all Muslims, like the war in Syria again. It's Muslim killing each other, because who's the next caliphate? Because they don't want Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. it's not the way it's supposed to start, the caliphate. And they say they're gonna conquer Turkey, Damascus. This is the prophecy of Muhammad. Damascus will be conquered. Turkey will be conquered. So who wants to conquer Turkey? Who hate Turkey? Iran, because Iran are Shia. So the war, it's actually now, it's gonna be Syria. They have to create a ground for the war. And the ground, it's been created 1400 years ago. Again, when Muhammad said the end of the time, it will never come until the people fight the Rome, which is, he's using ancient name. Now today, the Muslim, they call us, they think us, the Christian, are representative of the Rome, of the Vatican. Any Christian, it doesn't matter. All the Christians, the Crusaders, they call us the Crusaders, and they have to kill us. That's Muhammad himself. So whatever happening in Syria, to me, it does not matter at the end of the day who's killing who. To me, it's matter to know that it's Islamic. It's motivated from Quran. It's motivated from Hadith. It's motivated from Muhammad. Who's doing the chemical? Who's going whatever, killing and beheading? Whatever, we know. I know already why it happened. I know already why. That's why it's happening. It's supposedly self-fulfillment, the prophecy of Muhammad again. Okay, let me take another question here. M103, it's a political jihad. Well, Islam itself, it's a political agenda. Islam, it's not religion. Islam, it's not religion. Again, Islam, I would say, at the time, like, no, for you to understand exactly what Islam all about, you have to understand Muhammad. It's all back to Muhammad, the founder of Islam. When he was in Mecca and when he was in Medina. When he was in Mecca, he was trying to preach to people for like 13 years, and no one believed him. Many people told him, like, you're crazy, you are like, whatever you're saying, we already know these stories, because he was telling them stupid stories. Like, it doesn't come, like, it doesn't, just one second. Do you have faith through the will gone in less than 4 years? If we listen, okay, I'll answer this question. I'll finish a little bit about the M103. Muhammad, when he started and established the Islamic State, before he gone to Mecca, he got connected with a group of gang and thugs called Al-Sa'aliq. And these people helped him. He went to them. These people was in the mountains, that they are criminal. All what they do, attacking caravan, killing the men, taking the women, sex slave and all that stuff, and take the kids and train them to be, because they're being expelled from the tribe. They're no longer allowed. They are no longer allowed. So Muhammad, he got connected with these people. So he said to them, so why you are sitting in the mountain, follow my da'wah, follow my claim, help me in my claim as a prophet, and I will give you more lands, I will give you more women, I will give you more spoils. That's all about it. So he went with them in Medina when he did the hijrah, the immigration, hijrah. He went to Medina and he starts, it's all tribal region. He started using the conflict between Al-Aus, Al-Khazraj. There was many tribes fighting over what? Land, water, trees. It's, the region itself. You need to think at the time of Muhammad, there was like nothing. People fighting over grass, killing each other over grass, over a bunch of, for them to eat, to survive. Bedouin, nothing. No, they're not civilized, illiterate, crazy people. So anyway, so that's what happened, and he got. Have they declared fatwa on you, Sandra? Well, the fatwa, it's been declared 1400 years ago. Again, back to Muhammad when he said, "Who changed his religion, kill him." The fatwa is done already, 1400 years ago. But someone said it clearly. We have 3 imams here in Canada, Saeed Rajah and Ahmed Abdel Al-Qadir Kandil and Shahriyar Al-Sheikh here in Canada. They said whoever leave Islam should be executed. The apostate from Islam should be executed. So yes, this one considered a fatwa too, because they already said it here in Canada, these three imams. Anyway, so that's what's going on. And let me just sorry, here, scroll up. Okay, if you have any other question. So yeah, back to Muhammad. That's what he did. And when he established a state, Islamic State. That's why they call it Islamic State. And if you see the history, what happened in the history after Muhammad, we have Abu Bakr as-Siddiq and Umar and Ali and Uthman and all that, whatever, all these caliphates. So again, because Islam do not believe in border. Islam as ideology do not believe in border. What's the border? It's the earth. They want to take over and dominate. That's exactly what Muhammad did. He started something called Ghazwa, like the conquest, and opening lands, supposedly al-Futuhat al-Islamiyya, and taking over land after land after land, all the way, genociding, killing Jews, Christian, it doesn't matter, whoever no wanna submit to him. So it's a spirit of revenge. So it's Muhammad's psychological problem, you know, spreads, and people adapt it, and people live with it, and thinking that he's the most merciful one and the most holy man, which is he is the most evil, wicked man walk on the face of the earth. He's worse than Pharaoh. Okay, I'm scrolling up. Let's see other questions. Other question: why you have a cross? Because I am a follower of Jesus Christ, Lord of Lords and King of Kings. That's why. Does this that you are doing is scary or threatening your life? Of course, I have a concern about my life, not just my life. I have a child, and I do have a concern, but I cannot keep quiet. I cannot keep quiet. Actually, like I start everything as a street preacher. I was just doing street preaching every Sunday with Christ Forgiveness Ministry, Pastor David Lynn. And I start going to even some Muslim festivals. I have some videos for me in a Muslim festival, preaching the gospel, telling them about the love of God and all that stuff. But I don't know, everything started with me. Everything started with me at the time when they start bringing all these prayers to the school, and also when I start seeing Trudeau, what he's doing in the government, and everything, it just comes to me. Everything comes to me, and I couldn't keep it quiet anymore. I did not want it to be involved politically or doing all this in the beginning, but I couldn't keep it, especially when they wanted to bring the Friday prayer to the schools. To me, as when I lived in Saudi Arabia, we did not do any prayers in school. I never prayed in school. I never. This is 100% Sharia Allah constitution. We never did any prayer. We never had any, like a small room for us to pray. Usually Friday, it's a day off in Saudi Arabia. And also there is under Sharia law, under Islamic Sharia law, it's halal to combine the two prayers together. Like they have 5 prayers, the morning, the noon, the afternoon, the late afternoon, and the night prayer. So they have 5 prayers. So in Islam, under Sharia law, it's halal, it's okay, it's permissible. Halal, that means it's permissible. If you miss the noon prayer and the afternoon prayer, it's fine to combine them together and do them at once. So me knowing all these information and all this, so to me it's a taqiyya, it's lie. They are lying. They are lying. They say, oh, we have to do the Friday prayer. What do you want with the Friday prayer in school? Canada, it's a secular country. That's why I loved Canada. I came to this country for my freedom, for separation of religion or church and state and whatever you call it. Okay? We have to keep it this way. We need to keep it secular. We don't need to bring any any form of religion in schools. They took the Lord prayers, so why bringing Islamic prayers? Again, we did not do any prayer. It's not must. If a Muslim telling you, oh, I must pray on time on Friday, our kids. No, this is Islamization. They're gonna bring Islamic books to the school. They wanna introduce hijab to the girls. They're gonna give the kids assignments. Actually, soon I'm gonna do protest in school, and very, very, very soon I'm gonna give you all an email address for anyone or any kid in school who face any persecution or anything, or any, if you heard any hatred messages or whatever, you can report it to me. If any parents anything happened to their girls, especially the girls, if your girls got sexually molested or verbally or physically or by any ways, you can email it to me. Very soon I'm gonna do a video about this. I'm gonna explain more about what they teach the kids, and I will talk to you as well about the imams, what they teach the kids here in Canada, jihad and all that stupid stuff. Let's scroll up. Share Sandra Edmonton something. So I cannot see the questions because there's a pins here. One question at a time, because it's going up and I cannot see it all. How do we shut down the mosque? See, it's not it's not about like shutting down the mosque as much as we wanna educate people about the true face of Islam. If they wanna pray, let them pray, but as long as they keep it inside the mosque, as long as the mosques are monitored as well, the mosque need to be monitored. Camera 24/7. We need to also monitor the hate speech that coming from the mosque. Like we have already lots of imams here in Canada. I already talked about them. I already made many videos about them. You can go and see it. Okay, we have to keep exposing. Islam hates one thing: exposing. The more you expose Islam, the more you eliminate Islam, the more Islam disappear. Trust me, Islam fear the word, not the sword. Not the sword, it's the word. Okay, good info. Thank you for speaking. Thank you so much. No problem. We need to keep speaking. The more we speak, the more we expose, the more knowledge, the more people can see. Not just for us as a non-Muslim or non-believer, also for the Muslims. Trust me, many Muslims, when they see or don't know, they understand the true face of Islam, they leave Islam. I'm one of them, and many to come, a lot. In Egypt, trust me, even in Saudi Arabia, people are leaving Islam. Trust me in that. Even in Iraq, in Syria, in Europe, in Africa, and everywhere. And everywhere, people are leaving Islam because when they see, again, as I said, many Muslims are deceived by the teaching of the imams. The imams, it's that what we need to go after them. The imams, they brainwash the kids since they are young. When they are brainwashed with it, it's gonna be hard in the future to tell them that's not the truth. That's not the way. You don't need to die for Allah. Again, this is the confrontation or confirmation or the oath that we have to do it or to say it in Saudi Arabia and any major Islamic country. That's what they teach me when I was young. Again, I have to repeat it over and over. They teach me since I was like 5 years old. 5 years old. Islam, it's our religion. Quran, it's our constitution. Muhammad, it's our prophet. Jihad, it's our way. And dying for Allah, it's our ultimate dream. This is every day, almost in schools, in daycare. They teach it to the kids since they are babies. They don't know. and they put the hijab on the little girls then since they are babies, since they are like 6 years and 7 years and like young, for them to know like, oh, this is a protection for you, you are gonna be protected this way, the man will not look into you into lust, you're not gonna seduce men and whatever. So yes, Quran, it's evil. Yes, whoever wrote this message, that's the truth, and that's one of the main reasons that also makes me leave Islam since I was young, like questioning Islam. When I study the Quran and I start to analyze the book, like I understand what I'm saying, because if you notice that many Muslims, okay, when they in the madrasa, you go Google, go YouTube and look at these kids, you know, that I don't have a book handy here, like, you know, they will, for example, holding a book and they go, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Malik, like they go like this and they read, and the more they, like, they just read and read and read and read and read, they don't, and also there's something called tajweed in Islam. Tajweed mean reciting in a musical way. Reciting in a musical way. I used to love a voice or a sound of a Sheikh Ahmad Al-Ajami. I still remember his name, in Saudi Arabia. I used to like to listen to him because the way he recites the Quran, because Quran it's written in you know, at the time of Muhammad, poetry, poems. It's like it's a song. It could be it could be sing. They sing it. So they sing it, you know, they go like, for example, like, I don't know, I forgot how to do tajweed. And like, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Malik Yawmiddin. For example, I'm reading the first chapter of the Quran, you know. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. For example, like this. See, it's a musical. I don't know, whatever, stupid. Anyway, so some people have a nice voice, so when they recite the Quran, it's like a musical thing, but they don't understand the stupid thing that they are reading. They are reading, but they're not, or listening, but they're not realizing what they are listening to. They are blinded. It could be a hateful thing, but because of the voice, they call tajweed. If you listen to the reciting of the Quran, go Google and go YouTube and put reciting Quran, like nice voice, whatever, and listen, but don't listen for long. You might fall into it. So here you go. Was Islam brought by child that Abraham? Just 1 second. Oh Jesus, so many questions. Just 1 second. Okay, I have to go scroll down. I cannot, I missed one of the question. Who wrote the Quran? The Quran, actually, okay, in the future I'm gonna bring you some copies of the very old ancient pictures, how the Quran, what the Quran was written. It actually was written in Aramaic language, in Aramaic, not in Arabic, because Arabic as a language, it's evolved from Hebrew, Aramaic, you know, Assyrian people, the whatever, so many languages, and it's evolved. And there's many words in the Quran only Aramaic people know. It's not Arabic, it's Ajamiya, like it's not Arabic, it's come from different language, and actually was written before the you know, down the years. They call it tashkil. See, in Arabic language, we have the dots, we have the things that gives the meaning of the word itself. Like in English, you don't have it, but in Arabic, they have it. So it's been written by, I would say, by a guy. His name is Waraqa bin Nawfal. Waraqa bin Nawfal, he used to understand the Bible and the New Testament. He was a heretic, a Christian, from a group of people called Al-Abuniyin. These people who was kicked out from the church, and they start heresy against Christian faith, denying the Trinity, denying that Jesus is Lord, denying the divinity of Jesus, denying the crucifixion and all that stuff. So he was teaching Muhammad. He is the cousin of Khadija, the first wife of Muhammad. She was 40 years when she married Muhammad. He was 20 or 25 years old. Anyway, so he was teaching him to be the priest for Mecca, but not like it's a cult. It's not a true teaching, but they call them An-Nasara. So these start to bring the group. That's why Muhammad, he did not marry any woman when he was married to Khadija, because he married as a supposedly like it's not a Christian, but they adopt the one wife thing. So that's why he did not marry this. Anyway, and also the Quran, it was written by this guy Waraq bin Nawfal and many other people, and also some of it was especially after the death of Waraq bin Nawfal. Muhammad was wanted to commit suicide. Muhammad wanted to commit a suicide because Waraq bin Nawfal, who was helping him with all these information as a revelation, you know what I mean? He teach him. He was like, they lived together like for more than 40 years, so he knows. Anyway, so after Waraq bin Nawfal, if you understand Quran from the original language, okay, and also the Arabic, you can see that the verses of the Medina time, which is abrogated the Mackian time. When Muhammad went to Medina, whatever he said, whatever Muhammad said in Medina, abrogated whatever it's been said in Mecca. So actually Muslims, they have two Quran, the Mackian Quran and the Medina Quran. Two Qurans in one. So that's why when they recite the peaceful, whatever so-called peaceful verses, it actually came from Waraq bin Nawfal, because he was a Christian, but he said heretic. He was a heretic Christian, okay, and the message was peaceful. But when Muhammad went to Medina and started the jihad, all these killed them, whatever you find them, fight fight who do not believe in Allah and Allah wa Rasulahu wa la yudinuna din al-haq, and they don't believe in the true religion from the people of the book, the Jews and the Christians, until they give the jizya and be humiliate them. So all these violence, all these terrorist group, what they use now, they use the true message of Islam that came from Medina. So we need to forget about the Mackian time. The peaceful verses, the peaceful messages in the Quran, it should be cancelled. Like, don't bother with it. If any Muslim told you, oh, there's no compassion in religion, oh, lakum dinakum walidin, like you have your religion, I have my religion, oh, Islam, it's peace because of this and this verse. Every peaceful verse that Muslim telling you, tell them this is abrogated. It's gone. It's gone. Like, we don't use it. Throw it in a garbage. What's applied for today, it's the violent one, it's the hateful one, it's the jihad one. It's going for war, and it's killing the infidels, which is the kafirs. Okay, anyone? Okay, let's go. Taqiyya. Taqiyya, it's a must in Islam. Each and every Muslim must do the taqiyya. It's not an option. You have to lie. Taqiyya means lie. Lie. Taqiyya means lie. Don't take the infidel allies until you do taqiyya with them. Until because see what's going on now in Canada. Muslims, they play victim, they play nice, they are good people and all that stuff. Yes, maybe some of them are good, I don't know. Like, for example, tomorrow I'm going to see Tariq Fateh, and there's a group of people. I'm gonna be live, you're gonna see it tomorrow. It's gonna be between 10 to 11:30 or something, like in the morning. Anyway, so the taqiyya, it's either like it helped the Muslim to spread Islam. That's what Muhammad used when he was in Mecca. Oh, I am a peaceful man, I'm good, you have your religion, I have my religion. And he came with the spiritual, you know what I mean, Islam, it's a religion of peace. Oh, Islam, terrorism has nothing to do, whatever. All these it's taqiyya. One of two. It's either taqiyya, this person using taqiyya, or he actually don't know. But we don't know. Like, how do we know? If he knows or don't know, or he actually using taqiyya. That's another problem. For example, these imams and these Muslims who saying, no, we don't want Sharia law. Oh, we don't want this. We are feminine. Islam, it's for feminists. You know what I mean? Islam respect women. Islam is good for women. This is taqiyya. This is pure lie. The woman is #1 victim in Islam. Since the child bride, what Muhammad did, having Aisha, 53 years old man, having sex with 9 years old baby. What do you call this? That's alone enough to know that Islam is evil, coming from evil man. That's why I said to the people many times, if you don't want to bother reading the Quran, if it's too much for you to read the Quran and search and dig and verse and this and that, read Muhammad. Study Muhammad, the founder of Islam. See how psychopath he was. He was a psycho, he was evil, he was wicked, he was sick, he was beyond. He had sex with baby, thighing her between 6 and 9, using the thied her. Oh, and 9 years old consummated supposedly the marriage. That's rape. And killing Qarafa, an old man, old women, senior women in her like 70s and 80s. This woman, she used to say poetry, like a poetry to, expose Muhammad. You know what he did with her? With Qarafa, Muhammad, that's Muhammad. He ordered his followers to put Qarafa in between 2 camels, like her hands and her legs, okay, between 2 camels. And they ordered the camels to run the opposite side. That's in front of the eyes of Muhammad. You know why? Because she said the blasphemy against him. That's M103. Blasphemy law. Blasphemy law. That's Muhammad, the founder of Islam. What else you need? What else you need to prove that Islam is evil? What else you need? Look at Muhammad. And they called him the most merciful, the most rahmatan lil alameen, the most righteous man. If this one a righteous man, what's the wicked man will do? If the righteous man did all this, what the righteous will do? So if you have any question, I still have, I don't know, what time is it? If you have any more questions, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, this hour is open for you for a question and answer if you have any question. Liar woman, and why you are hater? I don't hate. I speak the truth. I speak the truth the way it is. And as a follower of Jesus Christ, he teach me to speak the truth no matter what. Because he said, and you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Once you know the truth, you're going to be free. You're going to see the things the way I see it. Maybe to you it's not clear yet because you're still in the dark. And Jesus said people like the dark more than the light. Because the light, it will show their wicked, their evil deity. They don't like light. I'm bringing the light. I'm bringing the truth on Islam. Not on Muslims. See, we're bringing the light on Islam for Muslim to see Islam, for them to leave Islam, and for the non-Muslim, the unbeliever, not to fall into Islam. And before you convert to Islam, ask every imam, ask the imam, if I convert to Islam and I decided to leave it one day, would I be killed? What's the apostasy penalty? Ask them. Ask the imam, what's the apostasy penalty in Islam? If someone decides not to want to be Muslim anymore, executed, to be killed. It's either to be killed or crucified or cut the hands and the legs in the opposite sides. That's from the Quran. That's from Quran. And Muhammad said, who changed his religion, kill him. So if you want to be, you know, if you don't care about your life, go ahead and convert to Islam. Go ahead and be jihadist, and go ahead and start hating. So that's the hate that coming from Islam, not from me. Yes, I don't hate them. I actually, even the most evil terrorists, I pray for them to leave terrorism before they kill anybody, or taking a truck and driving over people. Like, seriously, that's Islam. That's the motivation. Like, what motivate them? Again, I'm gonna repeat my question, okay, over and over. Is there any Islamic solution for terrorism? Answer me. Is there any Islamic solution for terrorism? Do you think there is? I don't think so. I don't, because Islam is terrorism. Absolutely correct. The last point: kill other religions and get your rat out of the ladies. No. Okay. Good news. He is risen. Amen. Hallelujah. He is risen. If you have any question about Islam, if you have any question about Islam, you're more than welcome. Type it now. I'm gonna be doing this question and answer from while to while to see how many people, like, if you have any question and all that. What, to me, I'll be honest with you, you know, to me it's like, what else we need? We got 1400 years of history. 1400 years. Look at the history. Look at Islam, what they did to the Middle East. Look what Islam did to North Africa. North Africa was all Christian. Egypt was all Christian, Coptic. They used to speak Coptic language, not Arabic. Egypt was all Coptic. North Africa was a Amazigan, whatever. Europe, everywhere. You know, the Western civilization was founded on the Judeo-Christian value. Judeo-Christian value. And Islam has nothing to do with this completely. It's the opposite. It's the opposite side of the Western civilization. Islam, it's danger, and it will destroy the West. We're not gonna know the West as we know it. Not too long ago, I would say 20 years ago. Islam, it will destroy it if we're not gonna keep speaking and keep sharing the truth. Yes, Yeshua Mashiach is the only way to Father Yahweh. Amen. Hallelujah to that. Are you converted from Muslim to Christian? Since when? Yes, I am. Since 2013. But before that, I wasn't like Muslim at all. Okay. I actually started question and leaving Islam like in Saudi Arabia when I was living in 100% Sharia law constitution. A question: do you think that the royal in Saudi create the nature atmosphere that the majority of people in the West are less than a property? Yes. Saudi Arabia, yes. Anything, and most of the things that happen, it's actually coming from Saudi Arabia. You know, money talks, right? So they fund so many, you know, the Wahhabi as well, the Wahhabi ideology. It's very danger ideology. It's very danger ideology, the Wahhabi one, which is, as an ex-Muslim, I don't really buy that, like Wahhabi and Salafi and all that stuff. But the Wahhabi, it's the hardcore of Islam, like, and it's very, very serious. It's very, very serious. And Saudi Arabia funding all these, and actually in Dundas Square, Toronto, Dundas and Young and Dundas, many books are coming from Saudi Arabia. Most of the books that comes, it's from Saudi Arabia. They give it into Dundas Square. I actually encourage everyone to go to islamicbooth.com or .ca. Can't remember. Just one second. I got the paper here. Just one second. I have it here. I did give it away to people sometimes. I want everyone to go to these islamicbooth.ca. That's the Islamic booth. See this one? islamicbooth.ca. Go to this website, okay? You will know, you will see what Muslims. This is from what they give. This is the books that they give in Toronto. Dundas and Young and Dundas. That's from the Islamic booth. islamicbooth.ca. islamicbooth.ca. Okay, and you will see for yourself what they give, and most of it coming from Saudi Arabia. Most of it coming from Saudi Arabia. So any other question? What time is it in Toronto time? What time is it? I don't have, like, let me see. What time is it? 1 hour. Yeah, almost done. Almost done. I want to thank you all. If you have any final question, if you have any final questions. Okay, how can we tell good Muslim from Islam Muslim? Oh, you can tell. You can tell. The more you see them, like you know, grounded in Islam, and women wearing all these burqa and all that stuff, and they're not really putting makeup, and you can see how the kids actually also dressed, and how they talk, and how they're isolating themselves, because the Muslim, they believe they are the clean one, and they cannot deal with others. The others are filthy. You can see from their attitude, the way they talk, and the way they dress. You can tell. I can tell right away. But again, it doesn't matter. There is something old civilized jihadists, which is they wear suits and tie, and we have Iqra Khalid. She's not wearing hijab, but yet she wants to bring Sharia law. So again, from their action, you can tell from their action and the way they talk. Even if they are wearing suits, you will know, like you know, it says there is something, say talk so I know you. So when they talk, the way they talk, you need to be smart, and then when you listen to them, you can catch the lie coming from their mouth. As long as you know the truth, as long as you know how to read the Muslim mind. Like if you know how to, once you start knowing how to read the Muslim mind, you can quickly knowing, is this person you know, using taqiyya, or he is really doesn't know about Islam. Some people really don't know. I feel sorry for them. Like, not every Muslim know 100% what Islam. Not every Muslim a scholar in the Quran. Not every Muslim know exactly who is Muhammad. What the heck Muhammad was doing with baby Aisha, tying her, and doing all this sexual pleasure with a 6 years old baby. Okay, 10 more minutes, just because I start a little bit late. Have you tried to talk to Ron? No, I didn't try. My mission to educate people about the danger of Islam, to stop Islamization of Canada, and to get Trudeau out. And it's your choice after, Canadian. Whoever you choose to be the Prime Minister, the next one, it's you. And I encourage you, please, 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 the one who voted for M103, please, please, please expose them and try not to vote them again. Don't vote them, make them lose their job. Make them lose their job, and never freaking vote for liberals anymore. That's it. We got it. If you are a real Christian, why you are not wearing the hijab? Which is a Muslim guy for sure. Okay. First of all, the hijab, it's not a must in Christianity, and because I'm not in the temple or in the church, yes, I can wear it, no problem, but it's not a must. But yes, the Bible said that we have to, you know, wear nicely and to be covered, but it's not a must. It's not a must in Christianity to wear the hijab. The nuns, they wear it because they are 24/7 in the church, giving their life to God, giving their life 24/7 to God. It's not a must. So that's what bother you is the hijab? Do you know what's the story? You know what, guys? Let me tell you the story of the hijab, why it started from Islam. Very, very, very quick. At the time of Muhammad, when they used to bring the 6 slaves, okay, the 6 slaves. At the time of Muhammad, no woman was wearing the hijab because they used to do paganism, the paganism ritual, okay? So, at the time of Muhammad, they didn't wear the hijab. So Umar ibn al-Khattab, just 1 second, Abu Bakr, Umar, the second caliphate, okay? The second caliphate, they used to, go around at night time with the bandits and the thugs, okay? And all the 6 slaves, they're not wearing, most of them from topless. From the top up, it's open. And they rape them, they do all the sexual whatever they do with them. So Umar ibn al-Khattab, he came to Muhammad. Why? Because at night time when women used to go outside the tents and they go washroom and whatever, he saw one of Muhammad's wife, her name Sauda. So Muhammad, he said to her, Arafnaki ya Sauda, we know you Sauda. They recognize the wife of Muhammad, one of the wife of Muhammad, right? So they don't want, because it's dark. Remember, it's desert and no light or whatever. So he was concerned about the wife of Muhammad to be raped or to be sexually whatever from the other bandits and the thugs because it's dark. So you know what he said? He went to Muhammad and he said to him, "Oh Muhammad, cover your wives for them not to be harmed." So anyway, he told him whatever. So actually the order of the hijab came from Umar. And then supposedly the next day revelation comes to Muhammad. Okay, there's something called in Islam Asbab al-Nuzul. Asbab al-Nuzul, that means why it's being revealed. The verses from the Quran, like supposedly it's revealed from God, which is nothing coming from God. It's all from Muhammad's heads, okay? Supposedly Allah, God, told Muhammad, okay, يا أيها النبي قل لأزواجك وبناتك يدين عليهن بجلابيبهن ذلك أدنى أن يعرف. That means, oh Muhammad, tell your wives and the wife of believer to wear the jilbab, the hijab. It's better for them not to be known, so they're not going to be harmed. And actually the hijab came to distinguish between the Muslim woman and the 6 slave, the Amma or Malikat al-Yamin, the hand possessed. The 6 slave and all these women who's they took them from the war, like Christian, Jews or whatever, any 6 slave, like what ISIS are doing now. They take so many women, 6 slaves. That's exactly what Muhammad did. Anyway, I will tell you what Allahu Akbar mean. Oh my God, this is a long subject, but I'll cut it short. So that's why the hijab came to distinguish between the Muslim woman and the 6 slave. That's why till today, when Muslims, migrants, okay, in Europe, okay, or in Canada, or in US, or anywhere, they go and they rape the woman who's not covered. So this Muslim man who asked me about the hijab, why he asked me about the hijab? Because in the Muslim head, they think the woman who's not wearing the hijab calling for sex. She wants men to come for her and to have sex with her, or to be raped or whatever. So that's the mentality of Muslim men. That's why the first thing they ask, why you're not wearing the hijab, why you're not covered. Okay, so to them they think sex, because Muhammad, like Islam, it's a sex cult, it's rape. So from then they distinguish between the Muslim women and the 6 slave. The 6 slave, they remain without hijab. The hijab was only to the Muslim women, and the proof of that, after the hijab, supposedly the order came from Allah, and the Muslim women start to cover themselves, and the 6 slave was not. It was topless. And if you go Google and look at the old pictures, we still have some images or whatever from the Muslims, till the 1820 something, I don't know, like we have old pictures of women naked or whatever, or slave, or they're not covered. So to them, these women who's not covered are 6 slaves to them. So that's why when the man when the man who raped that woman in the taxi, Okay, to them they're not supposed to be punished. Like that's how the follower of Muhammad used to think. So the Muslim woman who's covered, it's okay. You cannot rape her, okay, because she's a Muslim, she's covered. But the one who's not covered, it's okay to rape her, and he's not gonna be punished because she is a sex slave to them. That's the story of Islam, period. And when one of the sex slaves put the cover, the head cover one time, and she came to Umar ibn al-Khattab, the one who gave the order to Muhammad, she was serving him, and she had cover on her head. And Umar, he asked her, "A'utiqti?" That means, did someone set you free or buy you money and set you free? She said no. So Umar, he jumped onto this woman, and he took off the hijab, the head cover of her head, and he beat her up, and he said to her, never do this again, because she's sex slave. She's not supposed to cover. I can, like it's a lot, we have lots of evidence for that. So Allahu Akbar, the word Allahu Akbar, okay, Islam, it's also mixed of pagan rituals, like the Hajj, it's pagan. The Ramadan, it's pagan. That before Islam, people used to do Hajj, people used to do Ramadan. All these Islamic ritual that Muhammad need to cover his political ideology with some religious, coverage. He has to give some religious coverage for people, like he merged, it's the state and religion and a state together. So to call it religion, but it's not religion, okay? No, Islam do not need reformation, because Islam, it will never be reformed. Forget it. Period. You cannot reform it. Forget it. I will explain this, the board, just 1 second. I will answer the Allahu Akbar. So the pagans used to worship the moon god. Moon god. So they call it in Arabic, when the sun used to come, okay, and it goes, they say Allah Akbar, Ilah Akbar. This god, it's Akbar from that god. Like this moon, like the moon god, when it comes and the sun goes, this is Akbar, bigger. The word Akbar, that means bigger. So actually the word Allahu Akbar, it's actually it came from the pagans before Muhammad. And again, the first one who used it in a war was actually Muhammad. He used the word Allahu Akbar. The first person to use the word Allahu Akbar in the killing, in the process of killing. That's why the Muslims still today, when they kill and when they do terror attack or whatever, they scream Allahu Akbar. That's Muhammad. Again, always take it back to Muhammad. Everything, take it back to Muhammad. Whatever Muhammad did, the Muslims do. Whatever Muhammad said, the Muslims say. So that's why Islam cannot be reformed. You need to bring Muhammad back to life and heal him from all the sexual, the psychological and the sexual driven and whatever, all these stupid things that he had, and you can't basically. So Muhammad is gone, but we have 1.5 billion of Muslim on the face of the earth still adapting that he's a prophet. Once you unveil Muhammad, once you know the truth about Muhammad, trust me, Islam will fall. Trust me on that. Okay. Dr. Zahdi Jasser think Islam need reformation. No, I'm sorry. Islam cannot be reformed at all. Islam cannot be reformed. Forget it. It cannot. That's my thing, and I stick to it. There's no way it can be reformed. Forget it. Jesus, I have this fly killing me. Anyway, Muhammad is used for time in Quran. Okay guys, I have to go. We're done. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll come back again for more question and answer. God bless you all.